What's up, guys? It's Lizzie Jane. We are back with another podcast this week. This is the first installment of our Regenerate podcast live series. I teamed up with 128 Productions. I teamed up with Red Bull to come to you live from Regenerate Festival that happened at the beginning of June in Denver, Colorado. I sat down with a handful of artists. We talked shop. We talked about what they were excited for, what their summer plans are, new music, and so much more. Today, we are airing the Torren Foot interview. He is an Australian house music artist and producer. He has a massive remix dropping with Airwolf Paradise this coming Friday. It is a remix of Raven by Proxy, and it goes super hard. We talk about his creative process. We talk about Grime. We talk about touring in the United States, touring with Dom Dalla, working with Dom Dalla, and so much more. So let's hop into it. This is Lizzie Jane, and we are coming to you live from Regenerate Music Festival in Denver, Colorado. Torren Foot, thank you so much for joining me today. We are here at Regenerate Fest in Denver, Colorado, enjoying some Red Bulls. Your set is tomorrow. Are you stoked?
I'm pumped. I'm so excited.
So he's so cool. I mean, it's very cool because Denver is not traditionally known as a city that pushes like house music and techno. And now we have this insane lineup with like yourself, John Summit, Lane Giordani, Agents of Time, crazy.
Cassian, I actually haven't had that experience. My experience with Denver has always been like amazing.
Really?
Like the love I get on the dance floor is playing house music in Denver is like,
love that.
It's one of my favorite cities.
This is the first festival that they've had for house and techno. I know it's year 2.
Are you serious?
They've never had one like this before. We've had Juna Beats has done events here, but nothing like this.
Wow.
And I've had friends from other cities say, I didn't even know this was happening because this lineup is absolutely mad.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah. So you've been here in Denver before. Where have you played? How do you love the city? Are you happy to be back?
I love it. The altitude gets me. Like I'm going to be drinking a lot of water today and tomorrow.
You have to.
But yeah, I've done Red Rocks a couple times with Dom Dalla, which is
love it.
Incredible.
What an act to play with too.
He's the best. And Larimer. I've done Larimer a heap of times. I love that place.
Larimer was my first headline show here. Yeah.
Love that.
Larimer is a vibe.
It's sick.
The whole neighborhood, the Rhino, like the artwork, the graffiti, like it is such a cool, especially on like a summer night, like a spring or summer night, slamming.
It's amazing.
How was Red Rocks?
That venue is so special, obviously. Have you been up there? Yeah?
I did my first Red Rocks play with Griffin last year.
Congratulations.
So that was, there is nothing quite like being up there. It is one of the most surreal feelings ever because the way that Red Rocks is, facilitated is like that Shakespearean type theater. And you just see everyone and you just look up and you're just like, holy fuck, like crazy.
What I think is different to other places is the steps are really wide. So it's 10,000 people, but they can dance. So often in those things, people are like jammed against seats or whatever. But at Red Rocks, like people are vibing. It's like a vertical, literal dance floor.
That is actually a very cool way to compare it. I love that. The vertical digital dance floor. That is what Red Rocks is. Oh, that's so fucking sick. So tell me about like the Torren Foot project. Tell me about where you're originally from. Like I want to know some background on like you as an individual.
Yeah, I'm from Melbourne in Australia.
Cool.
So I'm a long way from home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, been DJing around Melbourne like probably 15 years to be honest, like long time.
Okay.
Just working through that scene and then stepped into the States a few years ago and just love it here.
Love it. And we love the foreign producers. I mean, Australia, I feel like just like cranks out, like they birth out great producers. Everybody from like Allison to What's So Not to like Lucille to Sippy to like people who I consider like friends, and they're all from Australia.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's wild. And compare the dance floors here to Australia.
Good question. They're different for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like people don't care. There's no like people here will be fans of bass music and be fans of house music. There's so much crossover. So you get these like very diverse dance floors here. Whereas in Australia, it's very like the house heads go to the house shows, the techno heads go to the techno shows. So it's cool. Like it's a different dynamic. You play a little bit different to the two floors, but yeah, it's great.
That's sick. I can't wait to eventually do stuff overseas because I've just heard so many like mixed things and mixed pockets, and it's just an experience. And then I know like coming to the stateside, which like so many international artists are doing now, which I feel like we're welcoming with like full arms, like the whole like UKG 130 wave, all of that stuff is very exciting to see happen. And you guys bring so much like influence and new culture that I really feel like is rubbing off on like our dance music consumers.
Really? You think we're having an influence?
I think I think you guys are having more of an influence than you realize, which is crazy. And now you have quite a summer ahead. You just played Coachella.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
How was that?
That was crazy.
That wild?
Yeah,
was that? Yeah. Oh my God. What an experience.
Yeah.
Like what an experience. And I feel like just the duality of doing like, it's really like festival season. You're hitting like all of these different festivals. Do you feel like every city has like a different vibe, or are you like not in the place yet to know geographically where the fuck am I playing?
Yeah, every city has a different vibe for sure. Like it's like 50 countries here, right? Like the United States, like everywhere is so like culturally just a little bit different. Yep. It's great. It makes it exciting. Like every city you come into it as a different. It's like hip hop, especially. Like I'm a massive hip hop fan.
Oh, okay.
And just how like the different styles of hip hop influence different cities.
I'm a big Grime fan.
You're a big Grime fan, UK?
Well, yeah, I love UK Grime.
Same?
That's Dave. Oh my God, you have some Grime artists that are starting to come to the States, and it's very cool, but it's like not quite accepted yet. You see a lot of Grime artists coming with like D&B acts and like with the UKG guys, and like I think that's like this whole new wave that's coming through. That's my preferred, I would say, subgenre of hip hop. And I love that. And then, but I also like Currency. I like chill kind of like older hip hop. What are your go-to hip hop acts?
I think like mainly UK.
Okay.
I just
so good.
It's just, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything about it because I know like hip hop's very serious here.
Hip hop's very serious.
I don't wanna
hip hop is very good. You get people in the comments like, yo, you know what the fuck you're talking about.
Exactly. Because I don't, right? And I've observed hip hop from a distance.
And I've like come to love grime through electronic music. So like that was like my introduction, and then like I would start looking at like grime artists through that. But I just love everything happens overseas before it comes stateside. Drum bass, UKG, 140 shit, like. And anything that is like quality usually comes from overseas and then invades the States. And it takes the longest time for it to do that whole full cycle to actually get there. And then I know that like you are now touring stateside. Has there been like certain moments where you're just like, damn, this is crazy? Like, are there certain festivals or certain events where it just kind of like clicked for you? Because everyone does not know you exist until they like see you, and then they think it like happened overnight when you said you've been doing this for like 15 years. So that's like always part of like the artist's journey. When did you feel like it like clicked for you that this is what was going on?
I don't think it ever does. I think like if I look at where my career is now from where it was 5 years ago, I'll be like, fuck, like I've made it, right? But then I look at where I want my career to be in 5 years.
Yeah.
It's a constant chase, right?
Yeah, it is.
And your goals move and your tastes change and stuff like that. So
it is. The taste changed so much. It's so interesting as an artist when you like really start making like a subgenre and then like your tastes change and then you kind of want to incorporate influences from that subgenre, but you don't want to jump ship. You don't want to leave what you were already doing. So it's like taking all of those like new things or new artists that you're coming across. Because you as a person, like everyone grows and matures and develops, and you go from like the tech house to the progressive to maybe the D&B, and then you have all these new things to like put into your music. So like when you're creating, do you work in Ableton? Do you work in FL?
Yeah, I'm an Ableton guy.
Okay, I'm an Ableton girl. That is the way. I started in Reason, and then somebody was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then I just switched to Ableton. What is your creative process like?
It's like, for me, it's like about input, right? Mm-hmm. So I'll just like listen to heaps and heaps of live sets.
Cool.
Like all different types of genres, and just stuff just hits you, right? Like you'll get an idea from hearing a transition that a DJ has made. Like I think listening to live sets particularly is important, because the way music, like you listen to a song on Spotify and then hear it in a club, and the way it's presented can be very different to how it sounds on your AirPods, right?
Yeah.
So I find like listening to live sets and getting the input from the way people present it and how it's supposed to be shown to people.
Yeah.
That just like triggers me. And then
I love that.
Save up ideas, have a little notes thing, write a whole bunch of stuff, and then go in the studio and try and...
That's sick. Because it's all too, like, especially from like a DJ's point of view.
Yeah.
It's how does this music conceptualize with fitting in with other music and like other acapellas or other bootlegs or whatever the fuck you're going to play in your sets. That's a very interesting way to look at things. To grab
the song before the song is sometimes more important than the actual song, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
I fully agree. It's like the setup. It's like the preface before you get to like the climactic point, and then like you have the outro. Yeah, no, that's super sick. And I heard you have a big remix on the way. Can you tease it for us? Can you let us know some info?
Yeah, I can give you some info. Myself and Neil of Paradise, who's a good buddy from Aussie.
Cool.
I think he's playing the after party tomorrow night, actually.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, so he'll be in town. We did like this edit of Raven by Proxy. Do you know that record?
I do. Yeah.
It's like an old record, yeah?
Old record.
But a classic.
It's the nostalgic.
Yeah.
We're in the nostalgic era right now.
Oh, right.
Where everyone is taking 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, everything.
Yep.
Yeah, everything's a remix, right?
Everything's a remix.
So we flipped this edit and played it over like Oz Summer at all the festivals. And then I got a bit of steam, and the label reached out and they're like, let's do this as an official release. So it comes out in like 2 weeks.
That's sick. That's a cool feeling.
Yeah.
It's like building, there's such like it's not like guerrilla marketing, but like the marketing strategies behind promoting a song and like selectively giving it to people and like placing it in people's like arms where not everybody can have it, but everybody's like, what the fuck is this? We're starting to hear this, and it like builds the hype, and then it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds. And then, you know, you get a label that would never release an EDM remix saying, we want to release it.
Do it, yeah. That's cool. I'm excited. It's a cool.
That's
cool
sick. Well, I can't wait to hear. Are you gonna play it during your set tomorrow?
Probably hear it tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Where can we hear you tomorrow? Regenerate. What time do you play? What stage do you play?
I'm doing. I think it's 6:05.
Okay. Big one. That'll be sick. Yeah. And it'll be cool because I think it starts earlier tomorrow. So you kind of it starts I think at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Cool. So that'll be a very cool thing. And it's so crazy to like play on like the Capitol grounds. Wow. Isn't that wild? I don't know any other like government anywhere that would ever fucking let this fly.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Very cool. Yeah.
It's very cool. Yeah. Do you feel like Australia is like like welcoming of ravers and like welcoming to raves, or is it kind of like more of like this like thing that's party, stay away from?
Depends on the city.
Okay.
So Melbourne, the government extremely supportive of raves because we have a lot of 24-hour licenses, so we have venues that don't shut in Melbourne. Because it's a culture.
That's dangerous.
Like the culture of Melbourne is you can go and have like the best meal of your life at 3 o'clock in the morning. You can go to a rave for 2 days. And so the government's very supportive of like maintaining the arts in Melbourne, which is why it's fantastic. Sydney, they actively like kill the arts. So respectfully fuck Sydney. You got to come to Australia. Sydney is the prettiest city in the world.
Yeah.
It is honestly the prettiest city in the world. But if you want to have a good time, Melbourne's the one.
But
there you go.
Damn, dude. That's a hot take. I love it.
I love Sydney. I love Sydney, but Melbourne's the one.
And fun fact about you is you are a touring producer and DJ, but you're also a dad.
I'm a dad, yeah.
So talk about that. Like, how's being a dad? Well, like, you know, literally, like, that's such a responsibility alongside anyone who knows what it takes to be an artist. So, like, how do you, like, balance it? Like, is it something, like, does your son, like, fucking love what you do? Like, is it this cool, like, you know, little connection between you guys?
Yeah, he loves it. He loves, like, he has really good taste. He's, like, his favorite, like, if I put on YouTube on the Splash page, he'll point at, like, the Jamie Jones circle set. That's, like, his favorite. Loves it. He'll listen to Jamie Jones for an hour and a half. He's 3 years old. It's amazing.
That's amazing. Oh, that's so cute. I have so much respect for people who, I think when a lot of people get to a certain point, they'll like not necessarily settle down. It's a part of life. And I think that it's just hats off to people who can do this and still be parents.
The hat off is to my wife. She's an absolute superstar.
Yeah,
Like,
superstar. Claps for the wife. Claps for the wife. You have to have claps for the wife. Yeah, because they deal with a lot. Significant others in this industry deserve the gold star.
Yeah, she's a single mom essentially while on the way. She holds it down. She holds it
down. That's amazing. Well, all the respect to her. And because you're, us chasing our dreams and like living our dreams, there's a privilege and not everybody gets it.
Absolutely.
And so like, that's fucking sick that she's able to help out and all of that, which is exciting. All right. So before I let you go, let's do a little speed round.
All right.
All right. If you could go back to back with anyone, genres don't matter, who would you be going back to back with?
Green Velvet.
Oh,
very cool.
Every time I see Kurt, he always goes, "Listen, Linda," and he fucks with me so hard, and he's the absolute best.
It just looks fun. It looks like it would be so fun to be out there playing with you.
Fun fact is, the first like backstage experience that I had was when I was 19, and I was brought on to help with like side assistant production for his set at Electric Forest in like 2017.
Yeah, wow.
And like that was crazy. Amazing. That was the first time that I saw the back end of it. And I was like making music, but I come from metal and like rock music. So like it was just this like transitional period. And I was like, I'm in love with this. This is fucking sick. This is so sick. And he is an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah.
He is an absolute sweetheart. That's fucking sick. Yeah. When you're traveling, since you're coming internationally, what is one thing that you can't forget that doesn't have to do with music? No USBs, no headphones. Like, what is one thing that you have to have with you?
Like workout clothes, like runners.
Love it.
You could beat jet lag at any flight routing. As soon as you land, if you go to a workout,
you go straight to the gym. I do that all the time. People say I'm a crackhead.
No, you gotta do it.
Like, you just have to do it.
Yeah.
If you just get it out of the way, I'm a big gym rat, big yoga fiend. Like, just do it. And you feel days of shows that I can get a workout in, I try and prioritize it as much as humanly possible because then I already feel like I've won. I already feel like I'm like
won the day.
Mentally there. I've done my workout. Like, let's go. Like, we're walking in like with like glass half full.
Yeah.
Love that. Oh my God. Love that. If you could tell us one record that you've released that really describes like your sound as Torren Foot, like what would it be?
I did a record last year with Azealia Banks called New Bottega. That is like very raw and crunchy and like just me. Yeah, it's me.
Sick.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a nasty one.
And then one thing that you're really excited for this summer.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
I love, like I tell everybody, I'm a massive flag flyer for Denver. I think, guys, I'm a beautiful city, a great scene. I'm pumped to play.
We're lucky to live here. I left Florida for a reason. Yeah, this is the move, 100%. Well, Torren, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Best of luck to you tomorrow and enjoy being in the States. So excited. Bye, guys.